Junior. I love you. But I no longer want to be MobTies business-wise. I'm in 2 top 10 spots right now. Number 2 and number 6. The label ain't pushed now one of the songs. The label ain't marketed now one of the songs. And they trending, creeping, and back to the bottom. Trending right now. The label ain't supported now one of them. It's all off me. That let me know I don't need no label, y'all. But I didn't know.
Okay, cool. So last Finesse2tymes topic, his contract got leaked, and I've seen a lot of people breaking down his contract. We're gonna do our analyzation of contracts. If you don't know, I'm pretty familiar with recording contracts. I've had people sign a few.
Finesse2tymes just took his frustrations public, calling out MobTies and J Prince Jr. while claiming he hasn't been paid for multiple videos he funded himself. He says he's been trying to drop projects, fulfill his contract, and stay consistent, but feels like the label is holding things up. Finesse2tymes even said he's ready to meet in Houston anywhere, making it clear the situation is deeper than just music. Now fans are watching closely to see if this turns into a real industry standoff or gets handled behind the scenes. Let's check out Finesse2tymes' message to J Prince Jr. MobTies. It's been 3 weeks and I still ain't heard nothing about dropping a project, an album. I ain't talked to the people that get 70% of what I make. I've been creating my own lane best I can. It's like I'm independent, but I'm not. I still ain't been paid for 4 videos that I paid for out my pocket that they make money off. I'm $10,000 to $15,000 in the hole for the label's supposed to do. And since more sukas don't care if I crash and burn, I'ma make sure on my life never represent this again. I don't even want to renegotiate cause this taking too long. I don't want your money, your dinners, your fake meeting and prep talks, or your weak ass manipulation tactics. I've been begging to just drop the albums and fulfill the contract. Can we please just do this? I got over 5 albums for y'all. We can drop them back to back. What's so hard about that? If y'all ain't trying to keep me in a slave contract, and Junior, I don't have a daddy that's worth $300 million. So I know it's easy for you not to give a F, but say since I can't talk to you, I'll tell you here. And I'm in Houston. We can meet up anywhere. You can bring all your men and I'll come by myself on my kids. A whole lot of social media users were shocked by what Finesse2tymes has said, and speculations are going on right now over his situation with MobTies. And y'all know I have been covering this news for a long time now because I've been watching them closely since the contract leaked on the internet. Better be assured that nothing will be done to help Finesse2tymes' frustration. They will rather frustrate him the more for going public with the matter. Keep watching because I will attach all the videos relating to this situation, including the video clip from Academics and how he signed the wrong deal. Don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe to the channel. Check this out.
Let me go, Junior. We done already made all the money we can make. I don't want to go to no another label with you. I love you. But I no longer want to be MobTies business-wise. I love all the MobTies street. It's time for me a new look, Junior. It's time. Let me out that contract, bro. I'm done with that contract, bro. We ain't made no money. I've been with you 4 years, P. We ain't dropped number 2 projects. Ain't MobTies, ain't hitting on nothing with the music, P. I'm 33 years old, P. Let me go to somebody, P, that's gonna let me gon' give me about 10, 15, 20 M's out. If you want you some money out, cool. You can get some money out, P. I ain't tripping, but let me go make my money, P. It's over with. We done, bro. He's more than able, man. He's able, man. I'm having a problem getting out the contract, and I want to get out the contract at the end of the day. At the end of the day, I still don't want no pause. It's been too much going on. Alright, I'm gonna make a long story short and a short story shorter. My manager bamboozled me. 2.5 years ago, chat. Check me out, y'all. My manager brought me some that was said by the A&R that worked for MobTies. What he brought me was that Junior was trying to get over on me about a specific business deal. I ain't finna go into details. When he told me, man, don't tell nobody. He told me, don't tell nobody, because keep it under your hat. Don't tell nobody, because I'm supposed to know this. This is what the A&R on MobTies told me. So don't tell nobody. And it was a big situation, y'all. It was a situation where I got out of over $250,000. I got bamboozled out of over $250,000 sub up, and you won't have to go through the ads. I was about to be hit for over $250,000, but my manager didn't go for it, of course, because he had to eat. He had to get his 10%. So he didn't let Junior bamboozle me. Instead, he brought it to me and told me that they tried to bamboozle me and told me to be quiet about it. So I was quiet about it. I appreciate it. I appreciate it like Girl 93. He wanted me to be quiet about it, bro. So guess what my lawyer ass did? Guess what my real ass did? Thinking that it's some loyalty in this shit. Thinking that it's some real nigga in this shit. I stayed quiet, y'all. For 2.5 years, I ain't say nothing. The whole time in my mind, I'm thinking J. Prince Jr. done tried to swindle me for my $250,000, and my little bread. Knowing at the time I needed my. So the whole time, I'm mad at Junior. The whole time, I'm going at Junior, mad at Junior, feeling a way toward J. Prince about this specific situation. Huh? It was a lot more that went with it. And when I talked to J. Prince, we made amends in certain areas. Like, we both agreed that we could communicate with each other more. We both agreed to that. We both agreed that we in a partnership. I'm not signed to MobTies. MobTies don't own me. Atlantic don't own me. I'm not Bread Game. I am in a partnership deal. Finesse2tymes and MobTies. MobTies is signed with Atlantic. They have their own deal. Now, when I brought, it was a few things that we went through, and I ain't gonna put, you know what I'm saying, because we talked about it. It was a few things we went through that he still didn't tell me that I feel like he should have told me. Now, as far as business, I ain't gonna lie. You don't owe me no loyalty. You don't owe me no loyalty when it come to business. This is personal. When you got a sitting up telling you they love you, when you got a preaching loyalty, when you got to understand you cannot do this and then handle business at the same time. You can't say you love somebody and you gonna be there for them and you gonna. I'm talking about the labor situation. You like who we talking about? I'm talking about the labor situation, man. Catch up. I'm talking about J. Prince Jr. right now, and I'm getting somewhere with all this. I'm finna sum it all up for y'all. Don't tell me you love me. Don't tell me we going to the top, this, that, and the third, this, that, and the third. And then don't tell me all the game. I still don't with it. Ain't no excuse to not giving a nigga the game. See, let me kick y'all some. Let me show y'all how loyal I am. Let me kick y'all some game. I know I could have came home and signed with anybody, chat. I could have came home and signed with whoever I wanted to sign with, chat. Y'all know why I chose MobTies? It's because I thought, from my experience, the people that then came in encounter with them, what I done read on, because you know I read the old man book. I thought that loyalty existed. I thought that they was gonna teach me the game. I thought that since they was black and they done been in the streets before, that they gonna, I appreciate that they gonna understand, what I done been through. They ain't gonna get over on me in no shape, form, or fashion, and MobTies is gonna help me build a brand. That was my dream. I thought that MobTies was gonna help me build my brand. I didn't all that other, oh, they do bad deals, bad. I ain't never heard that, and I wasn't riding off of it before when I heard it. Because I deal with you, that don't mean they gonna deal with me like that. Not on no tough, but it's just like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because he did that, you know what I'm saying? My problem with J Prince is I just feel like he could have put me on more game because I'm asking for it. That's the thing, y'all. I ask for game. I ask for this. I'm asking niggas to put me on the game. I ain't sitting back hating. I ain't sitting back mad at the next. I ain't talking about no every rap nigga that want to link with me and do a song with me. I'm doing a song and he weak as hell. These can't even rap. If it wasn't for the machine, these wouldn't even be viral. If it wasn't for them niggas having I'm in 2 top 10 spots right now. Number 2 and number 6. The label ain't pushed now one of the songs. The label ain't marketed now one of the songs. And they trending. Creeping and back to the bottom. Trending right now. The label ain't supported now one of them. It's all off me. That let me know I don't need no label, y'all. But I didn't know. I thought these folks gonna teach a nigga. I'm thinking I'm just saying this shit, and I ain't knowing. I'ma be real. I'm just gonna keep it gangster. I ain't know. You gotta think about it. I'm 33 years old, but I'm stuck in the matrix from when I was 17.
Okay, cool. So last Finesse2tymes topic. His contract got leaked. And I see a lot of people breaking down his contract. We're going to do our analyzation of contracts. If you don't know, I'm pretty familiar with recording contracts. I've had people sign a few for me. And I've signed one because I've Lil Ak is an actual artist. So let's actually read what his contract supposedly entails. This is a screenshot. It says MobTies Entertainment. And James Z. McMillan. Okay. All right. So dated of September 2022. And this is for Ricky Hampton, aka Finesse2tymes. Okay. All right. Let's read. It says, please refer to the agreement between Finesse2tymes and MobTies LLC. It's an exclusive service contract. It's a recording contract. It's going to be called. When duly signed by the parties, this agreement will serve to modify. Okay, so this is an addendum, actually. The recording agreement as herein provided. All terms used. Okay, cool. Let's just try to get to some of the meat and potatoes. JPE, right? Which is James Prince Entertainment. They will be made party to this agreement. Okay, so it looked like he signed a deal with MobTies and then James Prince Entertainment, which we don't know if that's the father or still the son. The son owns MobTies, so it looked like they're bringing in a third entity, but the third entity is connected to the second entity. So JPE is going to be made a party to the agreement, and the preamble shall be deleted and replaced as follows. The following letter, when executed by all parties, will confirm mutually exclusive, notwithstanding anything contrary contained in the paragraph 4A, blah, blah, condition upon artist's full and faithful performance of all terms, company's receipt from the distributor, net advances will require to be recorded by artists, payable to this. Okay, all right, let me try to, I'm going to make some sense of this real quick for y'all, because this could be convoluted. And let me put y'all a little bit on game when it comes to the music industry. So, when Lil Uzi Vert gets an advance, like Lil Uzi Vert at this point probably gets, I don't know, they probably give him like $10 million. I don't know, well, probably between 5 and 10 for him to turn in an album. The way how it goes, they don't send it to Lil Uzi Vert. Or maybe they do, but when you sign to MMG, Generation Now, QC, the advance goes to the label that has the direct contract with the bigger label. Okay? And this is what a production company is. So basically, they're hoping that eventually they'll get an advance, let's say $10 million. So $10 million comes in. 3.5 is going to go to the artist. Okay? Now, usually, the production company is going to collect all monies, and then they distribute it. So they're going to have some administrative people. 35% also goes to the company, so 3.5 million would go to, the books of MobTies Entertainment. And it's kind of interesting because they now add something called J Prince Entertainment, which I thought James Prince Jr. owns MobTies. So basically, it's kind of like double dipping. So if I'm to combine company and JPE, because even if it's the father and the son, or maybe it's the son, and here's the thing, this might be a nasty finesse here. If the son is acting like he's the manager, because sometimes you'll have the manager involved in the mix as well. So if you're the manager of the guy, but he's signed to your record label, you're double dipping. Like, for example, it's a conflict of interest. You know, I'm not going to get in their business, but I always knew Blueface was pretty. I'm going to tell you why. Blueface is signed to Whack 100 and managed by Whack 100. Let me tell you how this works. When you sign to a label, they take at least half already. Then you're getting managed by the guy who owns the label. So of your 50% that you're getting, or less than 50%, he's still taking at least 20% of that too. It's double dipping. You get what I'm saying? So you never sign, you never get managed, or you don't have a management company owned by the people that also sign you. So if I'm supposed to think that JPE is a management company, and I can't really figure out what it is, I do know it's James Prince Entertainment, but it doesn't really say what their role is here. It just says JPE is going to be made party to it, but it's called J Prince Entertainment. The company is MobTies. The company's MobTies. Okay, MobTies LLC. You see it up here. Sorry, MobTies LLC. You see up here, Ties LLC. That's the company. Who owns? Like, we could look this up. Let's look it up. MobTies LLC. Is it that? MobTies Entertainment. Entertainment LLC. We could look up Texas. I'm pretty sure it's going to show something. All right. Let's just look up Texas LLC search. We could probably figure it out. Okay, that's the comptroller. Entity name, MobTies Entertainment. Okay, cool. We got it. Found it. So this is MobTies. They're a registered company in Texas. Click on them. You know, these are business address, so I'm not whatever. But J Prince Jr. owns it. Okay, so J Prince Jr. owns it. Okay, so when you sign to MobTies, you're signed to J Prince Jr. Okay, bet. So let's go back. Let's figure out what's J Prince Entertainment then. J Prince Entertainment Inc. Right? Here we go. J Prince Entertainment. J Prince Entertainment. Let's put the dot right here. Maybe that's what's missing. Okay, we found it. Oh, they're both in Texas. J Prince Entertainment Inc. When you click on this, you scroll down. Okay, so this is the father. Never mind. So you see the last one says James Prince Jr. This one is the father. So look like the father is managing it. His sons owns it. Yeah, this is a situation. By the way, J Prince, don't kill me. I'm not trying to business. I'm just doing my analyzation here. Okay. I know y'all probably saying, man, this nigga Hove gets off his finesses. Don't hate on Ash. I'm not hating. I'm just pointing. So essentially, the father has a company. The son has a company. The son is the record label. This might be a management company or some ancillary production company. So essentially what's happening here is that if Finesse2tymes ever made $1 million, 35% goes to the company, which is the son. 350,000 would go to him, and then 300,000 would go to the father, and then 35% will go to the artist. Now, what I think this is actually, chat, I'm trying to make some sense of this because I don't want you to just immediately think these guys are thieves. What I think is that so as a production company, usually production company have funded within to bring you to a certain level that they could go to a label. But I think that JPE is going to either do management stuff. So the father is going to do management stuff and fund somewhat what MobTies is going to want to do with this guy, right? And regardless, it's still 65% to the management company and the production company, and only 35% to the artist, which people aren't going to be too fond of. Let's keep reading about this. Okay, now this is where the important part comes in, and let me help you explain. Music. So it says the company is going to pay a royalty rate on the net sales of record derived from masters as follows. So there's two type of deals that are given out in music. One's a royalty rate deal, which means that you're going to get a percentage on sales after recoupment. And we're going to have to talk about recoupment in a second. The other is usually what they call a partnership. And the partnership is usually almost kind of based on the idea that, so the reason why a royalty rate is usually starts at 12% if you're really getting, and the highest they'll usually go is like 18%. So 12 to 18%, right? So 14 to 16, this is kind of in the middle. I'm gonna let you know. So if you're in a royalty rate deal, it's kind of understood that the label is spending all the money, taking all the risk. This is why, if it works, they want to pay you a royalty that is less than 20%. Okay? They've absorbed up a lot of debt. They've absorbed a lot of fees and whatever, and they took a chance and also whatever, blah, 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 and company. It's a lot of things. When you're in what people term as like a partnership, they assume that you're almost investing in yourself as well. So they're like, we're going to, once we recoup our losses, we split everything down the middle, or maybe you have enough leverage that they pay you more, right? Okay, cool. So this is artist equal to 35% of the net royalties, right? Payable to the company. All right. So let me help explain. So even though he signed this deal that, and by the way, because this is a production deal and not a major label deal, some of this stuff is mixed up. So it says, remember the last page said he's supposed to get 35%, right? Down here, 35%. They're also kind of using verbiage that you would see in a major label deal, which is the royalty rate deal. Now, remember, you sign a royalty rate deal when it's kind of understood that we're funding your whole career, we're spending all the money, we're doing whatever. And if it works, this is why you're getting 14% of every dollar made, right? But this is a production deal. And in a production deal, it's like kind of usually this is a directive to say the condition, blah, blah, in terms of advances, right? Let me make sure it's read again. Notwithstanding anything contrary, it could be conditional artist full performance of whatever company's receipts. This is some fuck shit. All right. Every time I'm explaining stuff to you, I'm always thinking that I have so much experience in this. I wonder if I'm talking over your head. So let me dumb it down again. What a production deal says, a production deal with an artist is like Generation Now. It's like you a hood nigga and you see a nigga and you give him 20,000 and you have him sign a deal. You're not the fully furnishing label. You're kind of almost like putting in place that, hey, advances aren't fully coming from you and I'm not funding all of this. I'm going to help you produce some records to get to the point that I'm going to get a bigger record deal. So this percentages right here is like, this is Chat Nigga Records, right? So let me make this real simple. Chat Nigga Records. I signed you. No, this is you. So the first term is we're clarifying once I get you signed and they start cutting advances, like, okay, here's $1 million for the first album. This is how the money's going to get broken down. So if it's $1 million, $350 in terms of advance is going to go to you. $350 is going to go to the company that helped pay the way for you to get to this point. And in this case, 30% to JPE. Okay? So this is just directives on, all right, if I get you signed through Chat Nigga Records to Atlantic, when Atlantic cuts $1 million and sends to us, you get 350, we get 350, and 300 goes to JPE. Okay? All right, that makes sense. Keep in mind, I'm not a full record label. I'm a production company. Okay? That's the record label over there. But this is how, and by the way, I encourage all hood niggas to do this. If you made some money off drugs, you're trying to clean. This is how P made QC and turned QC into, he sold it for like $300 million. If you a hood nigga and you got like 50 bands or whatever, and not saying it's money launder, but like you got some money and you see a nigga who got some whatever, have that nigga sign a contract. It's called a production contract. Put 30 grand behind him, right? And hopefully you could get him hot enough that he gets, let's say, $1 million deal. In the deal is gonna say, when you sign the deal, I get half. By the way, it's the same thing that happened with Fabio Foreign and Mace. That's why Fabio was mad.
Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.